Hey, 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 y'all come on in, come on in, come on in. Hey, 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 hey. I know. I'm doing this live while I got the chance, y'all. It's been one thing after another, but your girl is here. I want to give you a live because I know y'all want me to talk about P. Diddy and the raid and all of that because that's been the talk for the last few days. Is ain't been nothing but Diddy. Come on in, come on in, come on in. I hope everybody's having a wonderful, wonderful Monday. I hope y'all had a wonderful Easter Sunday. Got a good word and enjoyed your family and gave God all the praise. God knows He deserves it. Good afternoon, good afternoon. Hey, David Davis. Hey, Renee Bridges. I hope everybody's doing good. I know this is short notice, drop of a dime, and I promised I was going to try to give y'all a heads up notice, but the time presented itself that this was a great time to do a live. So I just jumped on here and say, let's do it. Hey, St. James, how are you, sir? Oh my goodness. I hope everybody's having a wonderful day. Well, as everybody's coming in, we see we got more folks coming in as notifications get out and people know that we're here and we're live. I know more people will join. But I got a short period of time, so I want to be wise in handling it so we can get through as much as we can. So let's get the housekeeping out of the way. That'll give us a little bit more time to let the notifications get out. Please, 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 as you come in, hit like, hit share, text, let people know Judge T is on the air, and we over here about to do what we do. Hey, David Davis, well, we got a little tea to talk about. I know that everybody was jumping out and putting their lives out and their videos out early when things came out about Diddy. And I just don't do that. It doesn't bother me that I'm not the first or right out in the mix. I like to make sure that there are details and actually something worth talking about, because initially when we first learned of the raids, there was nothing to talk about because we didn't know anything. So everybody was doing a whole lot of suspecting and speculating. And I know y'all time is way more busy than for me to take it up with a whole lot of speculation. Let's wait, let's be patient, let's get something, and then let's get together and let's talk about it. For those of you all who are new to the channel, you may have just been swinging by and came by. I am Alicia L. Thomas, better known as Judge T. Once was Mayor T, once was Attorney T. Now I'm Judge T. Although I may talk about legal issues, I am not giving legal advice. As a judge, I am not telling you anything that I would do as a judge. Over here on this channel, this is my personal channel where we just talk about things that are going on in our society, and I'm simply giving you all my opinion. Every case, as the old folks used to say, every tub set on its own bottom. Facts make things different, and there's no way I can tell you what I would do as a judge on a particular case until that case is sitting right before me and I got the facts before me. So please, my opinion is just that, my personal opinion based on the facts that we have at the time. All right? All right. Now, hey, Tanisha 305, I'm glad you made it, baby. We're going to do something. We're going to chuckle in here a little bit. Heel to heel. Hey, darling. I'm glad you were able to make it. We got enough in here to get started right now. Yeah, y'all know I always ask, hit the like button. It's free. It don't cost you nothing. All right. Hit the like button and share. It don't cost you nothing. Share it, y'all. Get the word out, all right? Y'all will help me. I ask anybody that wants to donate is welcome to donate. Nobody's obligated to donating here. You ain't going to hell if you don't donate. Your life is not fixing to fall apart. Okay? Donating just helps the channel because the money goes back into it in order to help me try to bring you all the best content that I can. Okay? And we're working on some things. I'm gonna come to y'all with some things that we are working on. I am thankful to, let me see if I can pull her up right quick. I like to give my shout outs to my people who've been helpful and supportive to the channel. All right, Amanda NBS, thank you, darling. I appreciate you. She reached out to me as I requested and asked her to have a little further conversation about some things, and she did. And so I'm thankful to her for that. Also, let me grab this phone because what I also like to do is send a shout out to people who have financially supported the channel, because I am very thankful and I'm very appreciative, and it doesn't matter the amount, whatever you seeing, Judge T is very, very appreciative. So let me see, y'all help me make sure I get all this right. All right, I got Teresa Royal Brown, thank you so much for the Cash App. I got Vivian Campbell, thank you so much, Vivian. Erlene Bird, Brenda Washington. I got Bernadette Carter. I got Cynthia Hendricks. Hold on, y'all. I got Tajay. Here to here. Thank you, darling. I got Shelby Wilson. I got Cheryl Thomas. I think T.D. Perry Chapman. And I think that's everybody. TYWS, Sharon Redmond. I think I already gave appreciation out to Bernadette Carter for the first time she gave. Nina Gray, Susan, no, not Susan Burns. I think that's it. That's everybody. So thanks everybody who has given to support the channel. Anybody else who's willing to support the channel, we appreciate it. We thank you, and there's no amount that is too small. So thank you so much. Judge, appreciate y'all, okay? All right, let's see who we got. Sharon Perry said, facts. I like your perspective, Judge. Thank you so much, Sharon. I appreciate you. Hey, Stella Stevenson, how you doing? El Jardi, hi, Judge. Do you have family in Houston area? I thought I saw a pic of you with Veronica. I'm not sure who Veronica is. I do have family in Texas, but not in the Houston area, at least not that I know of. Now, I may have some cousins that's down there in Houston. Okay. All right. Well, we got enough people in here. Let's jump in and let's talk about the talking of the talking about the talking. Everybody by now know that P. Diddy, Puff Daddy, Mr. Combs, and Brother Love it was initially reported that it was 2 of his homes that were raided. The one in California and the one down in Miami. I also saw a report where they said that he had a home in New York that was raided as well. Now, people have posed several questions about the raid itself. So let's break it down and talk about it. Number 1, why was he raided? It appears based on the information that we currently have, that it was this last filing, Little Rod's complaint against P. Diddy, specifically spoke clearly in details. Now, we don't know if these details are accurate or not, but in the complaint, he spoke with clear detail of criminal activity, guns, drugs, trafficking. He gave details of that. Assaults on women as well as himself. He talks about all that. Well, based on those statements, the police said, whoa, say what now? And I say police, but we know we're talking about the feds, right? Homeland Security, the FBI, ISIS, everybody, all them other 3 and 4 letter words that only come from the federal government. Say, hold up. Now, everybody is well aware that down through the years, the Lord been good to me. Oh, down through the years, the Lord's been good to me. I'm sorry. Church was good on yesterday. But down through the years, we have been hearing of these things involving Puff Daddy and nothing really being done about it. When there were active efforts put into place to address a lot of these issues and concern with P. Diddy, somehow, some way, it always got shut down. But now it looked like the government finally has something that we can hang our hat on and do something with this dude to remind him that he is not the Teflon Don. Hey. I'm rubber and you glue. Whatever you throw on me, it bounces off me and sticks to you. We finally got something that we can make stick. So, after much time and work and collaborative work, they decide to do this elaborate raid where we're going to hit him. We're going to hit him hard, and we're going to hit him at all of his places. Now, the places that they hit were the places where Little Rod and others who have filed lawsuits against Diddy said that these particular activities took place. In his homes, California, New York, Miami, other hotels crossing state lines. Now, some of you have asked, well, I don't understand the trafficking charge, because if these were grown women who decided to voluntarily cross state lines with him and get into these activities, why we want to prosecute him for that? The question is, was it voluntarily? And me and a couple of friends decide that we want to cross state line and go to a party and party. That's our grown business. And if I happen to get a little tip for my services, that's my grown business. But the question is it voluntary? Is it voluntary? St. James says all the alphabet. St. James said, God surely been good to me. I know that's right. I know that's right. I am 12. Remember, he thinks he's above the law like his running buddy Trump. They about to show him he's not the right color. Woo! Now I ain't jumped to the issue of color because I don't think this has anything to do with color. This is my opinion, my opinion, my opinion. I got to say that 100 times because I need y'all not to get it confused. This is my opinion, my opinion, my opinion. Allegedly, allegedly. I think this is about bringing Diddy down a notch. I think Diddy has done wrong by a lot of people for a long period of time. I think a crack came in his door, and the federal people is kicking the rest of the door open. And I'm gonna tell y'all something. It seems so planned and orchestrated for me. As y'all come in, please hit the like button and share the video. Y'all help me out. That's free. It don't cost you anything. All right? Don't cost you anything. All right, folks, invite you to the house. They feed you, and they feed you real good. They don't ask you to put in on the money. They don't ask you to do no work to prepare the food. At least you can do is say thank you. Can I get an amen? Can I get an amen? The least you can do is say thank you. Well, hitting the like button and hitting the share button for me, it's like saying thank you, Judge T, for giving us the good content, making us laugh a little bit, and giving us a little light in our day. And I don't mind. I'm going to keep doing it. I am 12. Remember, it's not, but we'll see how fast his court date happens. Pamela says, amen. That's right. And wash the dishes. I ain't asking you to do all that. just hit the like button and the share button for me. Listen, this is what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying. Y'all don't think it's planned. Now, here's a little speculation. Because Cassie comes with her big complaint. Boom, it gets settled in a day. Now, I said in my initial video talking about that Cassie situation that I thought Diddy was wrong because it took too long. Y'all say, Judge T, it's just a day. That was one day too long. It never should have made it to the courthouse because once you open that door, you open it for all intents purposes for everybody to come after you for everything that you may have done. And it starts putting eyes on you in a light and in a way that is way more detailed than you want or need it to be. Especially when you know you ain't got all your ducks in a row. Especially when you know you ain't done all your things right. Right? I don't need no more eyes, and I don't need them any more focused than the eyes I already got on me. Because they said Cassie, they called it extorting Diddy, that she was trying to extort Diddy for a while, which means she had been in communication trying to get this matter resolved before having to bring it to the courthouse. But again, maybe it's true. Maybe I am 12. Remember, it's correct. His power, his fame, his fortune has risen to the top of his head, and now he's thinking more highly of himself than he ought to, that he is untouchable. But even the Teflon Don wasn't Teflon that for that long. He eventually got popped. He eventually went to prison. Inspire. Hey, Judge T, I'm excited to finally catch you live. I'm glad to have you here, Inspire. Hope you enjoy yourself, baby. Prophet Cat said it's the year of exposure. It's many people that said 2024 is the year of exposure. And I listen. All I know is people are being exposed. And I'm not saying that's a good thing or a bad thing. I'm just saying it appears it's going down in 2024, baby. But listen. So listen. Cassie files her lawsuit. You have the floodgates open. Other lawsuits come, right? Now, it's clear that everybody else has filed a lawsuit for the purpose of getting money. I'm assuming Little Rod did too, because in his complaint, he sued everybody. He didn't just sue Diddy. He sued all the record companies attached to him. He sued everybody. But with the things that Little Rod put in his complaint, you have now opened the federal investigation door. And you have not been paid. Your lawsuit has not been settled. And if now Diddy does happen to be arrested and he is facing criminal charges that he's going to have to put up a defense for, all of his money is going to that. You're not going to get no money. What the money going to be? Ronald Goldman's family is still trying to get their money from OJ. Still trying. Because a criminal case, unlike a civil case, now civil cases are expensive. Can take a lot of money to litigate a civil case. But baby, a criminal case and a RICO, because that's ultimately what it will be. The allegation is that these record companies conspired with P. Diddy to do all these things to people. All of the SAN and the S trafficking. All of this was in conjunction with a group, a conglomerate, a collaborative work effort for this to happen, and for this to happen for as long as it's happened. So I wonder if the Little Rod lawsuit was actually for Little Rod with a great expectation that I'm fixing to be paid, or is it under the guise of a lawsuit for the purpose of truly airing Diddy out and getting him ready to go and sit down for a while right beside R. Kelly? Now let me say this. If P. Diddy has to go to jail. If y'all hear what I say? I say if P. Diddy has to go to jail, I only ask this. I only ask one thing. I am 12 members say, oh Lord, if we could just turn back the hands of time, will there be any black celebs free? I'm just saying. Now they didn't called up Cuba Gooding Jr. Now I hear Jay-Z's name flying around. There's two aspects of this. We could have a Jeffrey Epstein situation where we know he was connected, and we know Diddy is connected to a lot of politicians and high society people, right? Politicians, musicians, celebrities, you name it, right? And they were pushing this book. Jeffrey Epstein had a book that's supposed to have all the folks' name in it, right? And we couldn't wait. Ooh, it was so juicy. But has anybody heard anything about the book? Is anybody name fella that we know, that we care about? I hadn't heard anything. Now it could be. I hadn't heard anything. That's why I'm asking. St. Jane, I thank you so much for being here, baby. Have you heard anything about the Jeffrey Epstein list? Now, I say that because this could all be for naught. And I'm going to go right into that. But let me go back around, circle back around, and finish where I left off. If I can ask for anything, the only thing that I would ask the Federal Bureau of Prisons, all I would ask them to do for me, please, is to please put P. Diddy where R. Kelly is. We about to have the bestest, the absolute bestest mixed R&B hip hop album known to man. I'm just saying. Put them together, give them some recording equipment, the basics, that's all I'm asking. If he gotta go, if he gonna go, can we put them in the same place and give them the okay to just give us that album, that one album? If you want to limit it to one, just give us one album. Do you know how bad that album is gonna be? They gonna have hip hop, R&B, and gospel all on the same. And now that black artists want to go gospel, they can throw us a couple of them on there. They put them on the B side. Although I like country, so it could be on the A side for me. Oh, St. James, what say St. James? We still waiting. We ain't heard them names fall out yet. Maybe Carter say stop. I'm just saying, can you imagine? The man, every time R. Kelly got himself in trouble, if y'all remember, every time the man got himself in trouble, he always came out with a gospel song, and it was off the chain. And whatever y'all say, we were singing it in our churches. I believe I can fly. Hey. And he ain't been in the kind of trouble he is ever. So imagine the gospel music we could get out of R. Kelly. P. Diddy is so good with picking artists and finding people who are talented beyond our wildest dreams. Do you know he can go into the prison and find us the next baddest, dopest hip-hop artist there is in the Federal Bureau of Prisons? And maybe we can get some real hip-hop music, because I don't really know what this is. I ain't down in it. I ain't talking about it. I know it's different from, I'm just saying. Amanda NBS. Clarissa says, hear the preacher in the house. It sneak out on me every now and then. Only thing Diddy do is dance. But listen, he gonna be in the video. He can produce the music. R. Kelly gonna write it. P. Diddy gonna find us a new artist, and he gonna produce it. Boom. Boom. Sharon T. Little said, God bless you. My sister, so glad to see you back on. I pray you had a great weekend and all is well. Love you. God bless you, Sarah, and I appreciate you. Yes, ma'am. Amanda SB says, NBS says, Kelly's inmate buddies say he sings all day and night, and it gets on their nerves. I know, but this is for official music. We're going to okay him. Let him record an album and come on out. I am Talisha says, the storm is over now. It was recorded by the Potter's House Choir in Dallas, and that was an R. Kelly song too. Oh, I didn't know that. I am Talisha, I didn't know that. Kelly gonna write it. Kelly gonna write it. P. Diddy gonna produce it, and he gonna be in the video. Inmate choir. R. Kelly he's the choir director. We know he can do it. We know we know he can do it. Tundra Cook said, well, Pastor, or done served enough time to prepare a whole prison choir. That's all I'm saying. Can you imagine the choir members be the gang bangers? There you go, St. Jane. They bad. They all got a 9 with an extended clip on the hip while they in the choir robe. Oh Lord. Whew. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. The Lord. Dorsey Leandra too says Suge Knight is going to be the organ. Oh man. Oh, look, what's the oh my God, what's the rapper that's on I got 2 of them. It's two of them, right? Is it 2 of them that's on trial right now? Uh YSL guy is one. Is his name Young Thug? And then the other guy, I don't know if he's a rapper or not. I thought he was a rapper, but he got a cult. They prosecute him. They gonna be our altar workers. They gonna make everybody come down to the altar. You ain't gotta beg nobody to come. You ain't got to plead with them to come. Them 2 gonna make sure they come to the altar. Messenger for the spiritual army angel says nobody wants to hear those music from those demons. That's a shame that you said put them together in a jail cell. What about drop them straight down? I'm leaving because I see you a judge. WNS. I don't know what WNS means. And messenger from the spiritual army of angels. It's a joke. And if you don't have a sense of humor and cannot appreciate laughing at situations, then by all means leave. This is not the channel for you. And I'm okay with that. Thank you for stopping by and hanging out with us for as long as you have. But over here on my channel, we laugh, we joke, we have fun over here, even though we are talking about serious matters. Go back and look at some of my other videos, lives, and you will see that I explained that. But it's not for everybody, and that's okay. This just ain't the channel for you. We're okay. Say, Jane, listen, that would be a platinum hits, baby. Platinum hits. We're gonna go gold 2-3 times. Oh Lord. YSL, Young Thug, yeah, Nature Boy. Yeah. They gonna make sure. Young Thug gonna come. It's time to cut to the altar. Nature Boy gonna be over there soothing you. You coming. And you coming. Oh, Tundra Cooks, St. James, you are now assigned to the apostles. The judge is now our pastor. And we bring in grace. We ate the new real saints. Y'all cracking up. I love it. Right. The Miss Dorsey, we just telling jokes, baby. I don't want to see nobody in jail. Prison is not a place for anybody that is sane, that got common sense. Our own Constitution tells us that if you are a prisoner, you are a slave. And it is the one time in this country when they can treat you like a slave. And they do. Those are horrible conditions. but it is prison. It is meant to be horrible. It shouldn't be a country club. It should be a deterrent. So jail and prison is no place. But unfortunately, people make decisions that put them in that place. Now, I'm not saying that's jokey. We're going to talk about it and we're going to discuss it, but we are going to tell some jokes and we are going to have some fun and we are going to laugh. And if you can't see your way in how to do both of those, this is just not the channel for you. And that's okay. Okay? We ain't going to beat you up. This just ain't for you. And that's okay. Okay? True Blue say, hello, everyone. Enjoying your commentary, Judge T, as always. I would love to hear your thoughts on Superman. Tiffany. Do y'all know about do y'all know about Superman? Tiffany Hilliard. Baby, I watch every video they put up on that girl. Oh, Lord. Y'all want to laugh. Baby, that day they had a board meeting and Tiffany Hilliard came in there dressed like she was Nino Brown with a dog. With a dog. Talking about where her money at. Don't nobody know where. Oh, God. Oh, I'll do one on Tiffany. I'll do one on Tiffany. If y'all don't know about this lady, please look up Superman Tiffany Hilliard. Man. I'll say this at this juncture. If that sister is not careful, she been to prison one time or jail, she will be back. She will be back. What I am really fearful that is happening, now I understand protocols, but I really feel like they just waiting, man. They letting that sister put a rope around her neck. But by then, the city gonna be in bankruptcy. But back to Diddy. What were the people looking for? I mean, they raiding this house for what? Well, I'm gonna tell you what. I'm gonna tell you what they were looking for. Seeing the house, seeing what was removed, what was taken, the pictures that they have out online now of inside the house after the feds went in. They looking for video and audio. Lil Rod said that Diddy houses got all these secret cameras around there where he is videoing all of the freaks in the offing. And some of the mistreatment of women. So they went in there. They collaborated the raid and hit all these houses at the same time because guess what would have happened if they'd have hit the house in California first? Somebody over there was going to call the other folks at the other locations and tell them, if y'all don't clean the house, scrub, clean. Clean. Baby, once it got on the news, baby, by the time they decided to go hit them other locations, it wasn't going to be nothing there. Nothing. So they hit all of these homes at the same time so that they took every precaution, every strategy to try to make sure evidence was not destroyed or removed. Man, the NBS, Tiffany talks and acts like she's protected by high ups. She's So bold with her actions. Something is going on, y'all, because she is not scared to spend up all the folk money, not have authority to do so, and then tell them, don't ask me for no receipt. That's like your husband leaving the house at 5 o'clock on Friday, and you don't see him no more till Sunday at 2. And he got the unmitigated gall and audacity to tell you, don't ask me where I been. Don't ask you. You better hope I don't cut you. You better hope that's all I do is ask. What? I let you in the house. Man. Ooh. Dorsey Landria says Diddy may be worse than Epstein. Epstein focused more on minors, underage people. Diddy's allegation seems to be more of just a mistreatment of women, abuse, being held hostage, in a kidnap situation. You can't go till I tell you you can, and you gonna do what I tell you to do type of situation. Which would kind of be more akin to R. Kelly situation. More so, because that was his thing. He get these ladies in the house and they couldn't leave. St. James said Molly Mae would have been working overtime. Baby, they wouldn't, St. James, they wouldn't have had nothing. They probably would have took everything, including the cards, baby. We ain't gonna risk nothing being left in the wires and the cards that connect the computer to the screen. We taking it all. But that's what they were looking for. Now, again, which is why I say, did Lil Rod actually file the complaint with an expectation of actually expecting to get paid, get some money? Because it sounds like he found a complaint to open the door for the law enforcement people. And the law enforcement people came through the door. And if they found anything in that house that corroborates Lil Rod's statements and allegations in his complaint, as well as Cassie, if any of that stuff is confirmed and corroborated, Diddy is going to have a situation on his hand. There's just no way around it. Now, everybody's talking about statutes of limitation, and they do count and they do matter. Certain states, as it relates to, I didn't develop the hiccups. Certain states, the different states have different laws as it relates to sex crimes, right? In some states, there are some actions in sex crimes that make it a felony. Other states, it may be a misdemeanor, right? So, you got that to look into. Now, because these are federal agents, this is a federal investigation and not a local or a state investigation, then you're going to be looking at what the federal laws have to say. And if you are talking about a thing such as sex trafficking on the federal level, that is a continuing criminal activity. As long as it's continuing, there's no such thing as a statute if you're still doing it. That's number one. Number two, they may treat him like they treated R. Kelly. Understanding that statutory on the state level, we are limited to what we can charge you with, what we can do, but we can hit you with this federal RICO statute where there is no statute of limitation, which creates a problem for Diddy and his associates. Because if they find something that corroborates, substantiate those allegations, and they find that evidence, if it is there, and they choose to prosecute him for it, then Diddy's associates now have to become concerned. Because either there is evidence as well on the audio and on the video that already corroborates and implicates his associates, and or if it's not, and the only person who is implicated is Diddy, then you have to ask yourself, well, is Diddy going to give up somebody else to make things lighter for himself? Now, R. Kelly didn't. He went through all of his situations saying he ain't do it. Okay? And Diddy may take the same position. Sometimes you may want to take that position because it is alleged, that that's what happened to Epstein. That's why he's no longer with us, because of the fear and the concern that he was going to give up the names of other people that were in collaboration with him or assisted him. And those individuals created a way to make that not be so. That's all alleged. No evidence to support it. Tundra Cook says, I'm going a whole lot on Diddy on this one. This is too crazy for me. I need an indictment. That shooting incident at the studio had nothing to do with Lil Rod, but he snitched. He wasn't even there. But somehow he knows about it and he tell him what he know. And I heard yesterday, I don't know if this is true or not. I haven't been able to confirm, but I heard somewhere yesterday or saw somewhere yesterday where they were saying that somebody was, and it may have just all been somebody guessing or speculating as to what law enforcement going to do as it relates to J-Lo. I don't really see anything coming from that shooting incident as it relates to J-Lo. But we shall see. That happened so long ago and nobody was killed in that situation. So you may have some statute of limitation issues with that, depending on what the law is about all of that they got out there in New York. But the person who was shot says Diddy shot him. Now, it's alleged that Diddy did the shooting, and somebody else admitted to doing it. I think the young man's name is Shine, and he's actually serving time for it. But I saw on the YouTube channel, I can't remember where. I got to do better with that. But anywho, I don't think anything's coming from that. Needless to say, that's what I'm saying. Yes, it's the associates that should be running scared. Also, Diddy is going to sing like Daryl, like Daryl Cole. Whoo, baby. Soft and a lot of runs. He gonna be talking for a long time. Some of those who are wilding out act like they haven't operated in behavioral experience. They're keeping secrets. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Sorry, if there's an indictment, all that new and are now singing like Gene, the old bodyguard, need to go to jail too. Well, one thing we know that when you're doing whatever you are doing at this level, right? Diddy's been in the business for a long time. So whatever he's been doing for a long time. People have been talking about it for a long time. There's no way for him to do this by himself. There's no way for him to do it by himself. Larry Reid then told us some of his assistants and some of these things Larry Reid said, I just wonder about the accuracy of them. Now, now having said that, I don't know, right? He says that, what's the young lady's name? Young Miami, I think her name is Carisha. And 50 Cent's baby mama, he called them sex workers. Now, when I first heard that, I said, don't do that. That's a little extra. Because just a little while ago, we were saying Carisha was Diddy's girlfriend. And nobody came back out and said, no, she ain't. She's all. No, nobody said that. Ain't nobody said that. That was Diddy's girlfriend. Now, is Diddy's girlfriend open to a fluid sexual situationship with Diddy? These adults. As long as everybody's consenting, who cares, right? Now listen to me now. We're just talking about Diddy and the situation. Not talking about spirituality and one's belief, and we don't believe in fornicating and all that stuff. I'm just talking about the situation at hand. And who cares? Adults are grown. They can do decide to do what they want to do. As long as you're not breaking no laws, right? So that's how I'm thinking. But then I hear and see a clip where Carisha was being interviewed, and I'm thinking it's from Jason Lee. I think it's Jason Lee. But the interviewer, who was male, was asking her about herself, her life, her. And she called herself, he was like, tell us who Carisha is, who is Young Miami. And she called herself, she did that. Tell us who you are. Tell us about you. And her response to that question was, I'm a hoe. She's a hoe. She knows she's a hoe. Now that's old. That's old right now. That's old school. And Sweet Esther says Carisha was just Diddy's beard. And Spy said, yeah. Tanisha, I went way back. They may not know about that. I may have left the stratosphere with that one right there. Ms. Harris on Vic, Judge T, you exactly correct. There's no way if he was doing this, he didn't do it by himself. He didn't do it by himself. He had to have help. You got to have folks, you got to have people to help you transport and move these people around. You got to have help. Now, Lil Rod called the white gentleman who was arrested for drug possession Diddy's drug mule. This is the guy that got Diddy the drugs and moved it. Now let me say this. Now let me say this. Let me say this, and I'm gonna hurry up because I want to talk about Larry Reid before I have to go because I got to go, y'all. But I wanted to get this in. She identified herself in this way, in this nature. That's what she said she was. And then the interviewer asked her, he went even further and he said, well, explain that. What does that mean? And she chuckingly, like, what you mean? What it means? It means I'm up. Which means it's self-explanatory, bruh. It is what it is, and that's who I am. Now, if you identify yourself as I'm gonna take your word for it. I don't believe I should be arguing with you about how you see you. Now I can have conversations to try to convince you that you shouldn't see yourself like that. You are not a grasshopper in their eyesight, woman of God. You're not a grasshopper. You're a child of the King. There's greatness in you. Oh, now I can preach to her and try to convince her that you got to change your eyesight. It's blurred right now. Let me give you some glasses so you can clearly see. But if that's who you say you are, and you have made a decision that based on who you have identified yourself to be, this is how I'm going to live my life, and I'm okay with it. And if you ain't okay with it, that's more your problem than my problem. Well, I'm going to say, okay. All right, then. So let's talk. Tell me about this whole life. Now, that's what he should have had. That's the question he should have had. Because every time he kept saying, so tell me what that means, when she would say it again, I'm up. He would say, okay, but what does that mean? It means I'm up. And they finally just moved on to a different direction, went on to something else. But I would have followed up with a question, well, tell me about this life you live in. How can one get in on this lifestyle you got? What must one do? What is the entry fee? And is you for just Diddy, or are you for everybody? Who pay you? Does Diddy pay you? Or do you get paid individually by the different opportunities that you have? Once she has, hey baby, once you have drawn the line in the sand, this is what it is. Now let's talk about it. That's what I kept waiting on the interview to go to. I kept saying, well, ask her about this life. Self-explanatory. She didn't say self-explanatory, but she laughed at the man for keep asking her the same question because she kept giving him the same answer. So what she really saying is, it's self-explanatory, my dude, my ninja. It is what it is. This is what it is. So then let's talk about this life. I want to know about who did it, baby. Because I'm a hey. She's young and was just talking. She needs guidance. Tonisha, you and me both know this. She couldn't have understood what she was saying about herself. But maybe she did. Because a stripper knows she a stripper. There was a time when a stripper was a college student or one trying to become a college student. But today, a stripper is just a stripper. They don't have no aspirational goals. That is the aspiration, to get to the pole. Oh, that's sure enough what she said. She said it twice. Yeah. She like this, like she trying to figure out what's wrong with the interviewer. Did you not hear me the first time? I said what I said in her Nene voice. I'm just upset because the man didn't ask the pertinent question. How much do you get paid? Will you hold for anybody? Is it just Diddy? Does Diddy pay you for all of your opportunities, or does he just pay you when you went for him, and then everybody else got to pay you? Don't nobody else wanted to know. I wanted to know. Them was the questions I wanted to ask. It's unfortunate that she couldn't find any other words to describe herself. Tanisha, I agree. But I say this, I just leave it open for to say this. Maybe there weren't no other words because she's a. How else what other words do you conjure up to use to express hoism? I said, Lord have mercy. Yes, indeed. Not just a stripper. I'm just saying. More spirit and truth to get to the pole. Clarissa said, not the voting poll, baby. That ain't no aspirations to get there. But baby, you got to know they aspiring to go. When your mama is letting the little 4 and 5 year old, there's a song out there, y'all, and y'all help me now. I'm Judge Little Caesar. But there's a song out there that even when I mention the song, my son cringes. He's like, Mom, no harm, but you really shouldn't be talking about that. What? It's bad, Brandon? He's like, it's bad. I don't know. Maybe it's that song, been that over, let that breathe. I can't remember, but it's a horrible song. Whatever they saying is horrible. My child said don't. But when the mama got the little 4 and 5 year old girl singing the words and dancing to it, you are prepping her to go where? But to the pole. Or to take a class from Carisha on hoism. Ms. Harrison Vick say, I am, because I told you so. Like, don't try to make me think I'm some other than what I am. I'm telling you who I am now. I'm trying not to laugh. Judge. I'm just admit it. Admit it. I don't want to be no. I don't. I just don't think that is the educational category we want our young girls to be trying to get a part of. I'm just saying. You understand what I'm saying? I'd rather have her go get her a hard hat and them boots you wear when you working on concrete and with steel and stuff, and go out there and work in the hot sun and build a bridge. we don't, I just need the poll industry to run its course. Oh, there's change in every industry but the poll. Oh, Lord. Oh, y'all is not going to be done. Oh, we need to rush to the voting poll, baby. Hey, baby. Baby. Like runaway slaves was running for freedom. We need to get there. And let me say something. Let me sidestep this for a minute, and we're going to move on about this voting. As a judge, I cannot tell y'all who to vote for. I cannot openly campaign for any candidate that's running for any office, whether Republican, Democrat, Independent, whatever. And I'm not telling you all who to vote for. What I am saying, though, is the people who make up our jury pools, and jury pools are the people we pick from who makes up the jury about a particular trial. Okay? That jury pool, those people that are called in, we may call in 50, although we only need 14. Okay? 50 is the jury pool. The 14 is who we put in the jury box when we're getting ready to try a particular case. That jury pool is made up of what's called the electorate. The electorate of a county are the individuals who are listed on the voting rolls. Those are individuals who have went into the circuit clerk's office and registered to vote. Now, I done broke that all the way down. You want to use your common sense, but you also want to be able to use some intellect into being able to critically think, right? The reason why I have had political conversations in the past is not because I'm for one candidate or another. Of course, y'all know I got to be because I vote, all right? But who I vote for ain't nobody's business, and you ain't going to make me tell you. But the reason that I have the political discussions is to help create the ability to think. Nobody should blindly follow anybody, right? Republicans shouldn't just blindly follow Trump. Democrats shouldn't blindly follow Biden. Nobody should be blindly following people like we're herds of sheep who cannot think. I have the conversation solely to have an intellectual, common sense dialogue and conversation for the purpose of making you think. Because it is through thinking, weighing all options, ideas, can one make an intelligent decision as to whom they believe would best be for them or their family or their friends or their church or whatever the situation may be. So y'all, when we say, oh man, the system just want all the black men to go to jail, then register to vote so we can pull your name for the jury pool. You can possibly be picked to sit on a jury, and then you can use your common sense and your intellect to decide if you think that whatever facts are presented at a trial are enough to send a brother to jail or not send him to jail, but to find him guilty or not. Because the jury don't, under some circumstances, most circumstances, don't send anybody to jail. Inspire said, take your text, Judge. I had a young boy, at least 10, ask me, Mom, where is the Orange Chicken restaurant? We are doomed. The word orange, unidentified. Oh Lord, I'm sorry I had to hop off to go to my session. I will be sure to rewatch live. Please do, please do, please do. St. James said critically think. They get so much stuff over on you because we won't slow down and think. Put Jesus in front of it, and I will blindfold. I heard this. It says, y'all have heard part of this, may have heard all of it. It says, if you give a man a fish, he'll eat for a day. If you teach him how to fish, he'll eat for a lifetime. But if you teach him how to invest, he can save his money by the whole pond and feed the community. But if you give him religion, he'll die praying for fish. He'll die praying for fish. That's right. I whole lot agree with you on that note. Wait, what's the joke with orange chicken? He don't know the difference. When a person vote should be sacred. Listen, Tanza, I don't care whether you keep it to yourself or tell the world. Voting is our system, and people may not agree with it, may not like it, say it's not perfect, whatever the case may be. But it's one of the best systems that we have in the world. And I would say be a part of it to make the change. Be a part of it to make the change. Don't fuss and fight. It's not a situation where if I don't see your point of view or agree with your point of view, now all of a sudden we got to fuss and cuss and fight each other. No, we don't have to do none of that. We just disagree. Hear my point of view and understand why I think the way I think and feel the way I feel. Let me hear yours. That means everybody got to be willing to listen just as much as they want to talk. To hear the other person's side, why they feel the way they feel, right? Sometimes you may learn something that helps change how you think, and you can help somebody else learn something to change the way they think. But when we're not willing to hear what the other person has to say, now that's a whole word. Excellent. Facts. Stop all that praying and get up and work. And now, it was no joke for the orange chicken. The child couldn't read at 10. That's what she's trying to say. This is our future. This is our future. And I tell my young folks, try to tell some of the old. This fast life living that seems glamorous and great. You want to do it? Fine. But please look at some of the people who went up ahead of front of you and see where they are first. Can you see where they are? Because that fast street living has brought a lot of people to an early death, to an early grave. And why you want to die young when you're stupid? Try to live so you can give yourself time to get some sense. Oh my God, he was looking for Popeye. Man, these young folks are going to be our lawyers, our doctors, our judges. And with the way our children are treating our educators, and these people are retiring and quitting for the going north. And unless you from Mississippi, Tennessee, and Arkansas, you may not know nothing about 40 going north. But that's our major highway. And it's in a northerly direction. So we always say 40 going north. Okay. Okay. So Diddy. Now it's just a waiting game. Now it's just um now it's just a waiting game. We now have to see what's on the tapes, what's on the videos, what's on the audio, and whatever else was found. They said guns were found, but I don't trip about that. That don't unless they are illegal guns or stolen guns, which Diddy got more money. I mean, I don't understand. I don't believe he would have stolen guns. The question are the guns legal? So we just have to wait and see what the raid unearthed, and see. But they did say, law enforcement did say they retrieved electronic items, laptops, cell phones, things of that nature. There was a lot of confusion about where Diddy was. The last I heard, last report, and what I feel like has been confirmed is that Diddy wasn't in Antigua, wasn't in Bali, wasn't in Dubai. He was in Miami. And folks are saying, why didn't he take his boys? Because the boys was in the house in Atlanta, in LA, is what I thought. My understanding is that the boys was in the house in LA and he was in Miami. So if he leaving, he got to get out of Miami first before he can go anywhere. To get anybody. Okay. Bless his heart. Yep, and that's why I'm not having kids. Amanda NBS. I don't believe that this was the future that Whitney Houston was singing about. I'm tapped out. Well, I won't say don't have no children. Just have some good ones. And raise them right. But I understand. For the longest time, I couldn't see myself having children, didn't want any. But you couldn't tell me nothing about my 14-year-old young man. I'm just saying, I'm praying and asking God for long life to give him the opportunity to get past the part of stupid. I don't know, man. I know we thought we knew everything, but I promise it's just something that seems different. But I guess every maternal generation says that about their children. Because I'm sure my grandma was trying to figure out what kind of children she got. Oh, especially my aunt that lived up in Illinois, my aunt Edith, who was a Black Panther. I bet you she had my grandmama scared, man. Lord, they're gonna do something to my daughter. Know why she want to be a part of all of that. Oh, all right. So we gotta wait and see what's coming from what they took from Diddy's raid. But they went in that house to find out if they could find some videography that can corroborate or substantiate the allegations made by Lil Rod and some of the allegations that was made in the complaint from Cassie. And if they are able to corroborate anything along the lines of someone being held against their will and being SA, or can confirm that trafficking has taken place, as trafficking, it's going to be a hard day for Diddy. And Cuba, who's not saying a word, I want to say to him, do what the police would tell you to do. They say you have the right to remain silent. Exercise it. Exercise it. Exercise it, okay? Tanisha said, yep, that's why I have to give my boys a little grace sometimes. Child, is give them grace and pray for them or buy a suit. We weren't that bad, though. This new generation, woo, child. Right, Cash, I'm just saying. It's rough. It's rough. It's rough. Okay, all right. All right. We got to remember Diddy boys are grown men. They are probably not with him all the time, as we can see from the raid. Yes, yes. Well, listen, I'm concerned because Lil Rod said that one of them boys was involved in this S and in the A end of the situation. Ooh, I hope Diddy. You know, we tell our children to train our children up in the way they should go. Diddy. They did not mean teaching your sons how to S traffic. Look, y'all, while we talk about that one quick minute, the story about the mama who had her child at the waxing salon. It took me a minute to figure this story out because I was hearing different things. But the internet was ablaze and all upset with this mama for letting her child wax pocketbooks. That's what the old folks used to call it, a pocketbook. Now for the men, I'm gonna do something else for y'all. Y'all may not. Some of y'all may be like, a pocketbook? Why they mad? But why would she be waxing a pocketbook? Okay. The snatch patch. The middle warm parts of the lower region of a female. Yes. Y'all understand what I'm saying, don't you? St. James, all right, St. James. Thank you, sir. St. James said, we know about them pocketbooks. All right, good, good. The mama had a waxing business. And she waxed the pocketbook area. And she was teaching her daughter how to do it. So the daughter was waxing real grown women's pocketbooks. And the woman took a video of it or took a picture and talked about it or something. She was all happy, talking about how proud she was of her daughter. And the folk got mad. Like they were mad. Y'all remember that? Tonisha said nobody was allowed to go in our pocketbook. We had to keep them closed and locked. Tasha said mine is still a pocketbook. The heck with purse. Nothing in them. Right. So the folk were mad with the mama. Mad with her, right? How could she? Why would she? All of this. Hit the like button, hit the share button, y'all. Hit the like button, hit the share button. If you're coming in or you're on your way out, Hit the like button and the share button for me. Everybody was mad. Once I understood, got an understanding of what the totality of the situation was, I was not upset. I didn't want to do a live about it because I wasn't upset about it and really didn't think that it would. I didn't understand what everybody was upset about. She shouldn't have did that. She shouldn't have did what? This was the woman's business. She's training her child to learn the business so that the child can make some money. That's what the picture was about. The mama took a picture or did a video saying how proud she was of her daughter because her daughter had made so much money that day from working in the business. Now, if we're going to jump down this black mama's throat for teaching her child how to do the business that she owns, you ain't upset with the Asian people who got their children working back there in that hot kitchen? Ain't nobody mad about that. I'm glad the girl not only know how to wax a pocketbook, she know how to count her money to put in her pocketbook. Here goes Sonya. Sonya say, opposite word is a child. Okay, so let's have a conversation of how young is too young to start teaching your child how to work within your business. You got parents out here teaching their children how to mix crack. You got families out here that teach their children how to boost out of stores. I preach and I teach entrepreneurship. If you are one of the individuals who are lucky and blessed enough to have the skill and the talent and the wherewithal, that drive, that thing that makes you work hard and go after it, whether you being successful at the moment or not, I teach it. I teach it because it's clear that our economy is changing on our people. And if we are not learning how to change with the new world that we are about to live in, the only people who are going to be left behind look like me. Farmers teach their children how to drive them big tractors. Teach them so much more. Teach their children now how to work the farm and all those equipment to the point now where they no longer need black people to come and work the fields, not to the degree they used to. Because I can hire my son to do it. Teach him how to drive and pay him and keep that money in our family. Still got the same write-offs, still getting the same tax credit and benefits, but all the money is staying in the house. Now we may not like, I understand in our natural minds and eyesight, we see this child with her face in the middle of somebody's crotch. I get that. I get that. But was she doing that as some type of sexual act? No. This was all about business and making money. Tundra Cook says it's problematic when you think there's an age limit to start teaching a child. Ms. Harrison Vick says make it plain. Mother Dragon says she needed to be older. 16 is fine. I wouldn't have let her do mine. Same with the Asians. Let them work the register, not the kitchen. Maybe if she just let her watch how to do it. No. Okay, Mother Dragon. Mother of Dragons. Okay. All right. I'm cool with that. Maybe because of the type of job that it is, or the type of business that it is, you come in and watch me, and I'm going to show you how to do it. Okay. That's fair. Amanda NBS says those clothes y'all wear are made in a sweatshop full of 6-year-old Chinese children. And they ain't getting paid no $50 for a day's work. Allegedly. Amanda MBS, allegedly. Oh, y'all killing me, man. This is funny. Y'all are something else. M. Renee said, facts. Slavery had its benefit. What? Because children were taught early about survival, skills, tasks, and dignity. Chandra said slavery got its benefit. Whoo! Ha! Children were taught early about survival skills, tasks, and dignity. And we can't teach that without slavery. I mean, it kind of look like we can't. We're doing a horrible job. Something's wrong. It don't look like it's being taught. Oh, God. Oh. Y'all is funny. Judge T did not say that there was a benefit. No slavery. I was reading someone's comment, and then I made a joke off of the comment. Okay? Okay. I'm a Talisha. She should have been working the register and taking reservations only. All right, Ellen Talisha. I'm cool with that. Let her work the register. Don't mind if she can develop and have a skill that no other waxes got. She's the baddest waxer in the land. But we just gonna hold her back because of her age. Now, mind you, the grown women had no problem with it. They let her wax their pocketbook and paid her. But I get it. As a society, and that's, hey guys, that's just what I was mentioning earlier about being willing to vote, being really willing to get registered to vote and actually vote, right? Participate in our civic duties, right? Because as a society, it is through voting, the election process, that we determine what type of society we want. And you say, well, how is that, Judge? Because politicians get in there and they do what they want to do. Because you don't vote. The people who understands, right, our system, right, and understands that I know that the type of police chief that I have for my city is going to be based on the councilman that I send to the city for the city government, right? Because it's the councilmen who are going to vote on who your police chief is. So if I don't want a racist police chief, I got to put people on my city council who believe that we don't need a racist police chief. But if you sitting around at the house talking about, man, that stuff don't work, man, they're going to do what they want to do anyway. Yes, it's going to always be like that because the people who disagree with you are the ones who's showing up to the voting polls to vote for their candidate of their choice to get in that seat and vote the way they want them to vote. So as a society, we determine how we want our society to be. Do we want 12-year-olds, grown men, 30-year-olds to be able to come and have sexual relations with our 12-year-old girls? As a community, as a society, we get to decide if we want that or not. But when you're at home and letting other people who think differently, who think about having a community and a society that you don't want, they're going to the polls, my people. I had to catch myself. I was about to say something. Okay? So this is nothing about who you vote for. I'm saying be a part of the process if you want to have change happen in your local communities. Love starts at home and spreads abroad. Same thing with your community service. Start at home, then in your church, then in your community, then in your county, then in your district, then in your state. Oh, don't make me preach this thing to y'all all the way up to the presidency. We think more about the president when you ought to be thinking about your mayor, your judges. You want somebody who has wisdom, who's been through some things, and understand that when young people come before you, they've been through some things too. You don't just focus and lock in on a negative behavior and now you're ready to throw the child away. Understand what the child is going through. What trauma has that child experienced? That may be a causative reason for the behavior. You find out what's going on with the child, you address that issue, you fix the behavior. Once you find out what's going on with the child and you address that issue and the child still got bad behaviors, well, now you may need to do something else. But we got to be willing, y'all. All right. I'm done with that. They want a good life and lifestyle, yet don't understand the importance of governance and voting. Baby. Tambry says not voting is voting all the same, just for the other party. Not voting is voting, because you're sure to assist the person that you don't want getting in office. Okay. Local and school board election, absolutely. My school district is horrible. Who you got making the decisions? Yeah, I saw it. I saw him yesterday. John P. Key is back at church. I'm happy he's well. He said he was septic. And that's a hard infection to fight off. Usually once you turn septic, I'm still holding your other press black robe preacher. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. All right. Last thing, and I'm before I go, the last thing I wanted to talk about was Larry Reid, Consciouz TV. I tell you the truth, it just keeps on giving. Larry Reid is the gift that just keeps on giving. Larry did a live stream with William McCray. For those of you all don't know, Larry Reid is a YouTube preacher. He was a four walls church building preacher before he came to the internet, and now he's on the internet and he has a collective of individuals under his ministry called the MBN Network. Larry Reid was exposed by an individual that he had a friendship with and a working relationship with, and we have found out that they also had a 13-year sexual relationship. This gentleman, due to being upset with Larry, exposed Larry and told everybody he is as gay as a one-legged caterpillar. And a caterpillar, they got little legs. Can't see them, but they're little. Okay, listen. And that Larry had been lying about not being gay, and that Larry was not managing the money of the MBN network, the nonprofit, the church umbrella money appropriately, that he was using it on his boy toys and to fly around the world having fun. So Larry went back and got one of his current friends, and he reached back and got one of his old friends to come and help him do some damage control. The current friend was Consciouz TV. The renewed friend was William McCray. William McCray is still on these internet streets, but before Larry Reid, William McCray was the internet guy who disclosed all of the church's stuff. It is alleged that William McCray, in doing that, though, sometime was extorting people. And that's how he was making his money. So there were people who had issue with William McCray and was waiting for the right time to get William McCray back. Well, they were successful in getting William McCray back. At one point, William McCray was also working with and for Bishop Jordan. Now I thought they were talking about Bishop Bernard Jordan, but somebody said A.R. Jordan. I don't know who A.R. Jordan is, so I don't know what Jordan he was working for, but he's working for Bishop Jordan. Larry Reid was supposed to help Consciouz TV, William McCray do a website or do something. And Larry Reid told William to get Buddha, Vincent, the 13-year sex relationship man, to use him. He was good. He knew what he'd do. He'd do it for him, do a good job. Well, William McCray let Buddha have access to his computer where he had all of his documents and files. And Buddha went in there and took it. He took William McCray's confidential files and folders, and they got leaked. They got sent around to some people. It caused William McCray the jobs that he had. It caused William McCray his position in the Church of God in Christ. He was an elder in the Church of God in Christ, and he was removed because they put out videos of William McCray in some compromising situations. Some things that go, because William McCray said he's not gay either. He says all the F's is going straight to hell. You're going to hell. But he wear eyelashes, nails. And one of the pictures had a bought sexual item that seemed to have made its way into his anus, William McCray's anus. That was one of the pictures that was put out. St. James says it was Bishop Bernard Jordan. It was Bishop Bernard Jordan that he was working for. Well, now William McCray is back being friends with Larry, and he's out here in these YouTube streets champion for Larry. Leave Larry alone. He's my friend. Well, there's another gentleman just over the weekend that I found who said that William McCray told him that Larry had contacted him and offered to pay him, William McCray, that Larry had contacted William McCray and had offered to pay William McCray to come do damage control. And I already told y'all that. I didn't know that. I said it's alleged. I don't know. It's my opinion, but I believe my opinion is correct. Because William McCray, dog Larry, told us, the people, he ain't never gonna be friend with Larry Reid. You don't do that. You don't cross him to the degree that he was crossed and want to come back. There ain't no coming back. But he came back. But he came back. Okay. So they do a live. On this live, the conversation of someone's HIV status comes up. Larry talks and said the people said they started a rumor about him having HIV. Consciouz said people say he's going to die in 15 minutes. Now, I don't know why. There are some questionable situations happening in his face. But other than that, I mean, you know, people just say what they want to say, I guess. But there are some questionable situations happening in his face. William McCray's face. Yes. So Larry starts talking and brings up that him and Consciouz TV started this build your immune system challenge or help journey type thing that they do. William McCray cuts in and says that Consciouz TV has HIV. Now, what I found interesting about that video was this. When William McCray first said, well, you know, he got it. He actually has it. When William McCray says this, if you go back and look at that video real well and you see Larry's reaction, Larry thought William McCray was talking about somebody else. Now, who that somebody else is, I don't know. But it is clear because when he said it, he'll go, oh, no. And then he stops. He said, wait a minute. Who are you talking about? Consciouz? He thought William was talking about somebody else. Then when he realized that he's talking about Consciouz TV, Larry said, well, no, I don't want to be in no conversation about that. I don't talk about that. That's my friend. Now, some people were saying that was not a sufficient enough defense of Consciouz TV by Larry Reid based on how Consciouz TV, as the people say, windmill for Larry, mean fighting for him, swinging all over the place because you fighting this that hard, you windmill it. And they didn't feel like that was windmilling on Larry's behalf for Consciouz. Y'all hold on one second. I got to turn on the air. Hold on. Hey. Did you go get Brandon? In the house. But CPS is waiting to hear what they need to do with Lana. Who is that? That's the neighbor. Who is with don't talk so loud because I don't know what they do. What I was asking. Right, that's music. That's All right. Thank y'all. I'm going to try to see if I can figure out how to cut this little delay out. Anybody know anything about editing video, reach out to me. I'm going to put my email in the chat. I need some help. I don't know nothing about it. I don't know nothing about it. All right. And don't come over here with no scamming stuff, because Judge T I don't have time for that, y'all. So if you want to help, thank you. And if you don't, just don't. We'll be okay. We'll figure it out. Talisa said, the baddest blogger. And like I said, Judge, you telling the truth. I love it. I try to. Larry did not shut conversation down. That's what people were wanting, fun fact. Him to shut it down and him to say the man ain't got no HIV. This I know. Now, he may not can say Consciouz did not have HIV like the song we sang that said, Jesus loves me, this I know. He may not can say that at that level and that degree. He may not know. But that's the best he could do. It upset Consciouz TV. There's a video of him on social media, of him crying about it, feeling like he was left out there alone. He did another live where he was using subliminal messages and context clues. You just had to assume you knew who he was talking about. But anywho, Consciouz got Larry Reid to come on a live with him to try to set the record straight. And Larry pretty much said, I did what I did, and fuck ya. I didn't say, I said fuck yeah. That's what he said, fuck yeah. Because I did what I did. And in my opinion, I did all I was supposed to do. Now, I want to know how Larry intends to fake this friendship with William if William is going to keep talking about Consciouz, but Consciouz your friend. At some point, you're going to either have to check William and tell William don't mention him when me and you talking. Or you going to keep finding yourself in these uncomfortable situations. I can't say one way or the other, because there are situations where people felt like I should have responded differently than what I did. And to be quite honest, in my mind and with the facts, I thought I responded well. But, you know, people see what they see, they feel what they feel. The reason why I'm mentioning it is for this reason. Some people have friendships with people for real. Some people have business friendships. Those are two different things. You can be really, really good friends with a business partner, a person you in business with. But some friendships are really business friendships. You feeling that way. They don't feel that way. I say this all the time, and I think I'm going to do a video, just a little video. I don't know if I'm going to put it up on YouTube or Facebook. I may put it up on both. I'm trying to have this conversation because I'm trying to figure out how young women will literally break their backs to prove their love to a man. But they won't make the man break a fingernail for them. And I'm trying to understand it because it's a new way. And I'm trying to understand it because as a judge that have young ladies in front of me, I want to understand so I can try to help. But as a mama who's raising a young man who one day is going to pick a woman, I'm trying to help him navigate the picking fields, baby. This ain't the field you want to be in. We're going to, this ain't it. I want a woman to be good to my son all day, every day. I want them to love him to the point where they drink his bath water. But not to the point where you're going to let him walk all over you. Because I'm not raising him to be that kind of man. So I don't need him with a woman that would okay letting him do that to her. Because that is something wrong with you if you do. So you can't be the right woman for my son. Oh, Lord. According to Consciouz, Larry privately rebuked William for his HIV comment. But he didn't say it private. He said it on his phone. And this is the one thing that I would say that make me, that to the extent that it does make me feel like Larry might have, should have did a little bit more. Because when he was on the live with Consciouz TV, Larry said that he makes it a point to address the issue of people weaponizing one's sex health against them, right? Stop using it as a way to shame somebody or blame somebody or whatever the case may be, because people have contracted the disease by a multiplicity, a manner of ways, and we all got to live in this world. And it's not anything where if I touch you, you're gonna get it. Well, we know that now. Some of us are still skeptical, but baby, when that thing came out, ooh, as a beast. That's a beast. Larry doesn't care about his own immune system. Why would he care about anyone's feeling? Larry is a narc and is a friend to none. Ooh, Amanda, NBS. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Allegedly. Judge T, we can agree to disagree. Okay, Tandra. Women have been allowing men to drive them since slavery. You found out at the funeral. No. I listen. I know this. Where I have seen it is in older women. And you got one or two things that happen, right? I never really. I had some friend girls that were in relationship with some boys who were not right for them. But to the degree of what I see now, where I am, no, ma'am, I did not see this. I saw older women who were married or in relationships being mistreated by their grown men or husband, and they stayed. And usually what that triggered in the daughter was, I ain't never gonna let no man treat me like that. And you end up getting women who don't want to marry, who don't want to be in exclusive relationships or whatever. They play with the man and move on because of what they saw and experienced. But to the extent where you taking care of this man, he using the money you giving him to cheat with his, you giving him money. He taking the money you giving him taking care of the I ain't seen that. I ain't seen that. I come up through an era though where men still respected women, and if they were going to do wrong, they did it out of sight and out of hearing. These men now will have you and the other woman at the same cookout. I'm just saying. But because I don't want to hurt your feelings. Oh Lord, is you taking me? Is you one of the women taking care of these men? Well, I just want to understand. In reverse, I'm trying to figure out, like, okay, you get up, you go to work. He stay at home, he lay on the couch. Does he have dinner cooked? Is the house clean? Has he ran all the errands? Naomi Child of Yahweh says, Conscioz of Mississippi, raised my grandmother, played no games, baby. Okay. Okay. So Larry was making a point that he makes it clear to people to don't do that. Right? Don't do that. And he didn't say nothing to William when William did it. And his only reason or excuse, however you see it or call it, is, well, I was on this platform. It's so funny because I heard another YouTuber saying that when Larry is challenged by Consciouz TV about this, the first thing Larry gonna say is, well, what you want me to do? I'm on his platform. I'm on his platform. And I just laughed when he said it because I had already heard the other YouTuber say that that's exactly what Larry is going to use as a justification for why he didn't fight for his friend. And he did it. And you did not have to get into no argument with William McCray on his live. As he broached the subject by bringing it up, he opened the door for you to have whatever dialogue you wanted to have with him, Larry. And all you had to say is, listen, my guy, I don't know what his health status is. He hadn't told me, and I don't know. But I can say this, he's my friend. And from everything I know, he is 100% healthy. And number 3, I don't use people's sex health issues as a weapon against them. I have on my platform stood against that. And so I'm going to ask you to not do that. At least not while I'm here. And if you do want to do it, I'll excuse myself. But the reason why he couldn't take that position with William McCray is because he's paid William McCray allegedly to windmill for him. So he can't afford to upset William. Because let's not get it twisted. Other than his followers, the only 2 real bloggers that you see out here fighting for Larry Reid is Consciouz TV and William McCray. And as I've said, I like Larry. I follow Larry. I think Larry has ran off the rails. I said this last time. The question I got is the Larry I was introduced to the real Larry who has just gone off the rails, who has lost his way? Or is this the real Larry and that person was a trickster trying to reel us in for the money? Now, I ain't giving no money, but I'm just saying, which one is it? Which one are you? And people can evolve and develop and grow and change. There's nothing wrong with that. I'm just saying, which one is it? Because this Larry Reid got a whole bunch of It's one way on Monday, it's another way on Tuesday, it's another way on Wednesday. And you wouldn't have to play these games if you just come before the people and be honest and be done with it, and let's move on. Stop playing games. Stop playing in people's faces. That's the only thing that has frustrated me and upsetted me with Larry, because he's playing in the face of God's people. I don't care nothing about his sex life. He can do what he wants to with who he want to do it with. But just respect God's people, not to lie to them and not to play with them. Still in his games. Yes, facts. Those babies of the 80s started that our man miss. All right, y'all. I have got to go. I got a meeting to go to, but I wanted to get this live done. I wanted to get it done. I want to send a shout out to Miss Michelle Hunter, who was asking where you was you not going to talk to Diddy? And then she came back and said, but I know, Judge T, you like the facts, so we're going to wait on them. I do like the facts. I do. But I think I got enough to come in and have a pleasurable conversation about it. So I hope everybody has enjoyed themselves doing this live. I know I have. I hope y'all had an opportunity to smile and laugh just a little bit. Tundra Cook said, yep, those babies of the 80s opened up that our man, along with the African Americans and the Mormons. How would we know? How would we know what? B. Carter, how would we know what? He's Larry number 2 because he's a millionaire now. Who's a millionaire now? Miss Libra 11. I'm a Libra. Who's Larry number 2? Who's a millionaire? Consciouz TV is a millionaire. Thank you, Naomi. I hope you all had a wonderful time. I hope you have a wonderful Monday. And we will get together real soon. I have not forgot about my Fannie Willis thing. I'd taken down some notes while I was traveling, and then when I got back, I couldn't find them. Well, yay, I found them. So that video will be coming. All right, Ms. Libra, Larry Reid. Yes. Well, all I'm going to say this. You can get to millionaire and billionaire status, and if you lose your mind, you'll lose your money. Others have done it before. Sometimes you get there and you have learned as you have ascended that the more money you make, the more people are willing to pleasure you. And you get to such a point where you've done everything. And you're amassing more and more money. So your appetite becomes strange. Not everybody, not all the time, but for some, it's like, I've done this, now what? I've done this, now what? I've done this, now what? And it just keeps getting stranger and stranger. So this is a statement that I say all the time. I say, I'd rather do right than be right. I'd rather do right than be right. As long as I'm doing right, I know I'm in the will of God and I'll be okay. But I don't necessarily gotta be right, because I can be right and yet have done wrong. So I'd just rather do right. Amanda NBS says it, never satisfied. But to say James said, that's a preach. Lose your mind, lose your money. That's a fact. Fun fact said, ask Whitney Williams. And I didn't. Wait, hold on. I didn't mean that like that. Hold on. I didn't mean that like that. I wasn't talking about that lady. That was not shade. That was no hint. It was nothing. I didn't mean that. Not like that. But I'm just saying, yeah. People can have so much money that it gets them through any door they want to walk through. And then they lose their mind. They start thinking they can do anything they want to do, and there are no consequences to the action. And they get off the rails, and then boom, here comes the downfall. Here comes the downfall. Most times we don't know about it. But every now and then it hits the news and we actually see the person's downfall. But there are a lot of celebrities that have amassed a lot of wealth who have come down that you don't even know about. You won't know until you Google their name. Just like it's some celebrities who had died. I didn't know they were dead. They didn't announce it. And if they did, it was a quick little blurb. And life went on. All right, y'all. Tanya said, I'm a Libra too. And we all allowed everyone else to occupy our world. What you say, Tanya? What you say? All right, y'all. I gotta go. Y'all have a wonderful rest of your day. As I always say, to the extent this channel is a success, it is because of you. And I want to say thank you. I appreciate y'all so very, 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 very much. I couldn't do this without you. Okay. Amanda, I saw where I got an email from you. I haven't had an opportunity to open it yet, but I will get to it tonight. And we'll respond. Okay. Listen, y'all. If you haven't done it yet, hit the like and hit the share. If you haven't done it yet, go. I'm passing the collection cash app bucket for you right now. Come on, ushers. Come on, ushers. Get the people direction on how to come. Yeah. Yeah. The Cash App collection plate is money sign. My money matters. If you want to donate to the channel, please do. All donations are welcome. There is no size too small or no amount too big. We will appreciate it, and it will go back into the channel. Thank y'all so much. I appreciate y'all so much. Have a wonderful, wonderful day, and know that I love you. St. James, thanks so much for coming in and hanging out with me, brother. I appreciate you. Thank you so much for that. Thank you so much. All right, y'all. Have a wonderful day.